Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
Now her just adjusting to not starting games, coming off the bench.
Cunningham draws the defense. Ball rolls in the corner three.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Welcome to another late night edition of Live Wire Sports. It is the Lexie Hull show. Lexie Hull broke out her slump tonight. Man, the reason why I'm happy is because of Lexie Hull. I wish it had happened sooner for her, but I mean, like the saying goes, there's no time like right now. So Lexie Hull, man, she did her thing tonight. She got it open look. And the honest, you know what? Maybe sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. You know why? Because it took Sid and Ari McDonald to go down with injuries. Now, I'm not advocating for them to be injured and hurt, but sometimes it just takes that for somebody else to really step up. Unfortunately, it had happened to them, and I still wish them speedy recovery. They was at the game tonight. Sid was in a pre-tunnel, on crutches, and then I saw Ari McDonald on the sideline, with the team. But that's neither here or there. It was the Lexie Hull and Sophie Cunningham who continues the hot shooting for three. Now, yeah, Kelsey Mitchell, she had 20-some points, 8 assists, the highest assists of the game. And I said something like this a while back, say that none of them averaged more than 6 assists in the game. Eric McDonald, I think she was the only one that had like the most assists with 9. But with the addition of them being Ari and Sid being hurt, you had to change the lineup. So the lineup went like this. Sophie Cunningham started out as point, Lexie Hull, Tasha Howard, Leah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell. Now, Kelsey did ran the point mostly, but there's still sometimes in her play I'm not happy with her, the way she's doing things. But nevertheless, Lexie got down tonight. She got down. She got the open looks. She took the shots that was needed. She didn't hesitate. She shot more than normal. And that's what we need from Lexie Hull. I said this. If Lexie Hull could give you that kind of production, especially what they could get you off the bench. Now, Chloe, maybe she's scoreless, but it was her impact on the floor that helped the game. Reflection, getting steals, getting rebounds, passing the ball. So because she didn't score, that doesn't mean she was not impactful in the game. So, but then you had AB, taking advantage. This team only had 9 players. But the thing about it is, it was against Chicago Sky, a game that they could not fall flat on their face against a team that looked like they was trying to hang with them early on in the quarter. Now, I said this before and I said it again. I said it in my stream. This right here is a lineup that I could deal with. If they could just allow Sophie or whoever, I don't trust Kelsey Mitchell running a point against good teams. I would not trust that. But I would trust more of, against lesser teams, allow this lineup to persist. Now, if you was to go out and sign somebody tomorrow, or if Caitlin came back, I would put Natasha Howard on the bench, let Caitlin run with Sophie, Lexie in the starting lineup, and AB and Kelsey Mitchell. I will run that unit. To me, that unit is very effective. But nevertheless, Sophie and Lexie did their thing. You could not stop them. Sophie got hot, then Lexie got hot. I mean, they really, really, really did their thing. They beat the Sky by 22 points, you know, and it's something that this team needed. To me, like I said, I felt like Lexie Hall needed this game. She had 17 points. She was 4 3 points from 3 point line and 3 steals. She came up gimpy a little bit, but she played well. She played really well. So um Kelsey Mitchell 26, 4 3 pointers, also with eight assists in the game. That's what we need. That's the kind of magic they need. Like I said, when Lexi's in the starting lineup, she plays way better than what she did. Now, there's one play in the game that I love from Sophie and Lexi, and it was a steal by Sophie, and then she went down. She gave it to Lexi. Lexi ended up giving it back to her for an easy bucket.
Deanna's won 4 straight at home as Cunningham rips it away. 2-on-1 break. Cole running the left-hand side, dumps it back to Cunningham. And the passing is contagious for the Fever right now.
And there was one point in the game where the Indiana Fever was moving the ball around. It was playing freely. That is something that Stephanie White has to allow this team to do. If this team does not play freely like the way they need to and stop playing that slow, methodical, dinosaur age offense, this team is not going to be good. It don't matter who you have there. This team plays exciting when they running, when they passing the ball. You don't need everybody hand in there. I mean, the Fever was up by almost 30 points today. You know, I mean, they only scored 18 in the fourth, but they scored 26 in the third, 23 in the second, 25 in the first. So they had the lead the whole time. They never relinquished the lead at all. Like I said, you had um Sophie Cunningham 16 points. Lexie Hall was a plus 22 on the board. Sophie a plus 18. Mitchell plus 17. Leo Boston plus 19. Natasha Howard, even though she didn't play much, she was a plus 16 tonight. And the thing about it is, Natasha Howard didn't even play a lot. She only had 19 minutes, 10 boards, and 7 points. And I told everybody in the chat this tonight. You could get that from Natasha Howard on the bench. 19 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 boards, 7 points. You could get that off the bench. You don't need her to start. What you need runners, shooters, movement of the basketball. When the ball was flowing so good tonight, it ain't had a chance to stick. Now, Kelsey Mitchell still did Kelsey Mitchell things. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when Lexie and Sophie, they passed the ball. There was one point where you had Chloe in the game, Dantas in the game with all of them, and the ball was moving around. There was a time, I'm going to even go back to Bree Turner. Bree only played 8 minutes. She had 2 rebounds, 2 assists. She had 2 points because she did score it in the game, I believe. Plus, she had 2 blocked shots in the game. So, and I said this. I said, if you get Bree Turner some minutes and get her confidence up, she could be impactful. But just bearing her on the bench, you're not gonna be able to do that with her. You're not gonna be able to do that, get nothing from her. Now, I know the Fever is in a hard pickle right now because they are in a hardship situation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who they're gonna pick up, but one of my subscribers, Melly Yellow, she did say that I agree with her. I think Ariel Powers would be a good pickup. She could be the backup point to like Sophie or somebody. And guess what? You could play her and Sophie on there at the same time, running the point. You can mix and match that. I don't know. But guess what? I do know this. Ariel Powers would be a dog with Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull on defense. I know that for a match. I tell you, like, especially when you playing against somebody like Kelsey Plum and DJ Carrington doing, you need somebody like that. I'm just saying. I hope it goes down tomorrow because I will be so excited because I will make a video right off the bat for that. I hope Aerial Powers gets the call. But nevertheless, man, Lexie Hall, shout out to you. You had a breakout game like no other. And this is the type of game that you could get her going in. Especially a team like the Chicago Sky. Then you come back, you off tomorrow and Monday, then um you play the Wings at home, you don't go nowhere, then you carry that over. That's the kind of game that you would need from Alexi Hall. Especially if she starts with Sophie though, and they get out running. You get out running, and then you imagine this. Say for instance, if you did get an aerial powers, you know how Sophie pressure all that defense on Paige Beckers as she plays. Then imagine you have Sophie and her trapping Paige, getting the ball out her hand. They're getting the easy buckets, running up the floor. That's what you need. You need aggressive players to play that kind of defense. You don't need a player to stop and go. It makes everything easier when you get defense and have transition basketball. That's just my thing. I the Fever could not lose this game. It would have been bad on Stephanie White. But enough of me. I'm gonna just let y'all hear the post game.
I'm unbelievably proud. I think this is the most resilient team I've ever been a part of, and I say that wholeheartedly. We've had a lot of mishap happen throughout the course of the season, and I think throughout the course of it all, we stay resilient, and you guys get to see us at our best when we stay together and be resilient. So shout out to my girls tonight because I think it took everybody. Everyone played a piece, played a role, and I think that's how we got the dub.
I think for me, it's focusing on doing the right thing, taking the right shots, being in the right place, focusing less on the outcome of things. Missed shots happen. It's going to happen in everyone's career. And to just really focus on getting the next good one. I think that's the whole mindset, and we know we have confidence in every single person on every shot that they take. So, it's just keep shooting.
And Kelsey, you mentioned the resiliency. Did it feel like you guys were starting to have something too out west? You had that nice dinner. AB was on it.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like things were.
Yeah, I think our last two, obviously we lost our last two, but I think, I don't know, that LA one felt good for us because we didn't quit. And then, life happened the other night at the Valley. So we could have looked at it like, oh, woe is me. And, we don't have enough players. And we didn't. So shout out to our group for just staying confident and staying ready because, it's a professional league and we have to be ready and we can't make too many excuses about it because no one's going to hand us anything. So we might as well look at it for what it is and keep showing up.
Just to add to that, I think Kelsey's not giving herself enough credit. Her and Sophie putting themselves before the team, making sure that they're sacrificing, playing out of position, doing things that they don't normally do, maybe uncomfortable, but I think they both really did a great job of sacrificing in those moments and doing what the team needed to do.
My girl. Sexy Lexie.
And let me piggyback on that, what Lexi said. Sacrifice. If Kelsey Mitchell could continue to sacrifice and stop trying to put the team on her back, I know she wants to be the leader. And I have a special video sometime later tomorrow or probably Monday about Kelsey Mitchell and some of the toughest things that I have seen from her. If she could sacrifice today, she should sacrifice every game because we didn't need 26 points for her. We could have got 16 and been good and still won this game. She got to understand that she don't have to score a lot. But the Fever was rolling tonight. A little side note, Lexie Hall notched her career 100 steals in the game. On top of that, Sophie Cunningham is shooting 53.1% from three. She's 34 for 64 in the last 13 games tonight. The final explanation point of tonight's game, 17 points, 5 for 9 from shooting, 4 for 6 from three from Lexie Hall. Her and Sophie Cunningham combined for 34 points together tonight. That's a recipe for success. It's all about one thing: sacrifice. Can they continue to sacrifice? Can they continue to play like this? Because once they start bringing new people in, some things is going to change again. But you got to continue on. To me, if I was Stephanie White, this is my thing. I would not change that lineup until Caitlin get back. I would keep that same lineup in. Whoever you bring in, let them come off the bench. Don't ingratiate them in the starting lineup. Let them play off. Let them get a feel. Because when you move them into the starting lineup, it's going to mess things up, and then things gonna get out. Allow Sophie and Lexie to stay in the starting lineup. Natasha Howard don't play well. You got backup. You got Dantas. You got Chloe back there. You got Michaela Tipson, who played phenomenal tonight as well. Rebounding, getting her points. She's going to be an asset. You could cut back on Natasha Howard a little bit. I feel that you could cut back. Now, whoever you bring in tomorrow or before Tuesday, whatever the case might be, they need to come off the bench. They need to be a backup for either Kelsey or Sophie. And then if you bring in somebody else, let them be a 3-and-D person to shoot. I think you got enough ball handlers that you can get by a lot. Because you just need to have one get one that could come off the bench and run the point. That's it. I think you should run with what you have. Get another 3-and-D person that could score and play defense, and have your point guard, whoever they come, mine and can play defense, run the offense and play the defense. You'll be fine until Caitlin comes back, if she decides to come back. Let me know what you think about the game. Again, shout out to Lexie, man. Phenomenal game. You needed this game. This was your breakout game. This what you needed to get yourself going. Now, can she continue? Can she take that hot shooting into the Dallas game on Tuesday? It's gonna be interesting. She could do that. Yeah. Me personally, like I said, Stephanie White, do not mess with this lineup. I don't care what point guard you get. Do not put them in the starting. Let them come off the bench. Tonight showed you, if you put Lexie and Sophie, the ball is gonna move around. You get a kick out, and they get hit shots. This your boy, Livewire Sports Media. I'll holler at you next time. Like, comment, subscribe. You know what it is. And if you don't know, now you know.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing. Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.